2 in 1. Hello, ballers, and a bro fist to you all, because it's Friday and I'm sat in my new throne, my birthday throne. Oh, yeah. Oh, your headrest. Drink it in. The throne of justice for my birthday. A big ass goddamn chair. Oh, yeah. Was going to buy a headset. Went with a chair. My old chair sucked nuts. This one does not, because it's deliciously soft and juicy. It is, of course, Friday. It's the Friday before the Drinking Game web show, because that's tomorrow. Tomorrow, the beer will be flowing. I'm going to be sat here with Mr. Ghost, sat here in my throne and him on his dirty, filthy, obscure chair that is nowhere near as good, right? He's going to be sat in the crap chair. Although he can try the throne, but he isn't sitting in the throne. He's not sitting in the throne. And we will, in fact, be getting the beer going as we look at your transmogs and as we look at your battle stations. And my God, some of you have some filthy battle stations. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Filthy, disgusting battle stations, which is awesome. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see, because it's all anonymous. It's all in good jest. And I have a pretty big announcement for tomorrow as well. As it's coming to the end of the year, why not? Let you in on some information. Let you in. Don't tell everybody, though. It's just between me and you guys. Drama. That's why we're here. It's drama. What's Drama Friday? World of Warcraft. It's full of crazy bastards, because people are just mystery people, right? They could be any age, any lifestyle, any background. And when they get on the internet and it's all under the charade of an animated character, they go a little bit crazy. A little bit jazz hands. A little bit on the jazz hands. And also, sometimes that's us who are crazy. And we look back and we go, I was a bit of a dick. I was a bit of a dick sometimes, right? I was a bit of a dick. That's all right, though, because now we can look back at it and now we can have a little bit of joy. A little bit of joy and a little bit of a giggle. I got 4 stories. One involves some Bled. That's right, Bled. We got some Bled. Got some Bled, some newbie story. I've got a mix of everything today. There's no RP. I'm sorry. There's no RP. But we've got a combination of everything going in here today. Let's get some blood on the go. I think we should have some blood to start off. We should have some blood. I have a 3-inch scar down my right hand. From which raid? TikTok. I'm asking you guys in the live audience, you awesome people out there. Which raid left our man with a physical scar? A physical scar. It drew blood, this raid. It drew blood. It drew blood. I have a 3-inch scar down my right arm from Karazhan. How, you might ask? We are indeed asking. Everyone's going to say Dragon Soul. I can't wait. Nax, maybe. ICC, Firelands, good lord. I had just capped a holy priest. I was in a really anal guild at the time. The guild would stop letting people come to raids for the smallest mistakes. Smallest little mistakes. So, when it was raid time, you really had to pay attention. The slightest mistake, or even having to AFK more than twice during the raid, would cost you your raid spot, which is a bit harsh. Karazhan's a long-ass raid. I didn't consider just getting into a different guild, because this guild helped me get geared and attuned for Karazhan. Don't you feel obligated? Although it was you who did all that stuff as well, right? And probably with other people. You feel you have to stay. I have to stay with my guild because this is my guild. I have to stay surrounded by them. It's fine. I have to stay with them. I have to. I'm obligated. During one particular raid, I had a particularly crappy desk and it decided to fall apart. The keyboard shelf fell halfway in the middle of the last boss. No keyboard. As I went to catch it, the sharp metal piece that lets the shelf slide in cut me from the back of my hand down to the forearm. And it was bleeding a lot. It was bleeding a lot. Desk suddenly disappeared, keyboard on the floor, busted my arm open, cut down my arm to the forearm, blood going everywhere. I quickly put my keyboard on top of my desk in front of my monitor and quickly wrapped my arm with a nearby t-shirt. Okay, now this is where you started to go wrong. Alright, I'm just going to say, step by step, there's things that went wrong here. There are. And the first mistake was that you decided to first pick the keyboard up. You didn't go, holy shit, I better do something about this. Blood gushing from my arm. I should pick my keyboard up first. Priorities, right? I'm a holy priest, I'm a healer. This is going to lead to issues in the raid. I need to pick my keyboard up first. That was your first mistake. Okay? First mistake. I quickly wrapped my arm in a t-shirt. The tank But what about the tank? I know you're all thinking that. You're all thinking, what about the tank? Right? You're all oh shit, the tank. The tank was barely hanging on by the time I was back. Carried on raiding. Karazhan, serious goddamn business. Gonna lose his raid spot, right? Can't just go. Can't just disappear. Can't just wrap it up. Take that shit up and get back in there. I played through the pain. Kept the tank up. We lost 2 DPS during the axe phase. Name the boss. That's the clue. Name the boss during the axe phase. But we downed the boss. We downed the boss. I felt pretty badass. Nope. Dipshit. Right? It's what you did. You fucked up. You done fucked up. As it was my first time in a raid. It was my first time. His first raid. Busted up. Came out. There was a post-raid meeting with all the officers and raiders. Karazhan, serious business. Gotta have a meet up. Okay, good raid, people. A lot of hustle. Let's have a meeting. Let's have a meeting. At which point, they told me I would not be invited back the next week because my healing wasn't very good. Okay, everybody gather up. Gather up for the meeting because Karazhan, right? Karazhan, serious business. Now, I'm going to let you in a little secret here, right? Your healing was shit on that fight and you're kicked from the raid. So... there you go. Doesn't matter about the situation, but you've been kicked from the raid. They didn't believe that my desk fell apart and I had sustained an injury during the fight. It just comes across as a ridiculous excuse at that point, right? It just comes across that way. But dude, my desk fell apart and I busted my arm. I've wrapped it in a t-shirt, yeah? And I carried on playing. Okay, sure you did. Were you lagging as well, I suppose? Just say you're lagging. I never got to raid again for 6 weeks. At which point, I did, and I took all the gear I could and went to another guild and told them to go fuck themselves. Thumbs up. I actually do have a portion of the cut that turned into a scar. When my wife gives me crap about games not being an adult activity, I tell her that shit gets real sometimes, and it's manly. I disagree. I'm happy that I probably, in the guild I'm raiding with, if I sliced my arm open in the middle of a raid, they would probably be okay with me probably taking a little AFK. A little AFK, alright? A little AFK. I'm just going to disappear. But then again, right? I wouldn't run into that situation because I do not have a shit battle station. Feel that. Feel that wood. Feel it. Solid. Solid. Solid wood. I just wouldn't be in that situation. I'm good to go. That's like, you know, basically, cutting her out during raiding and having all that go wrong is like using a wireless mouse. That's the level of retard it is. Okay, just say. Just say. You'd like people who use wireless mouse. You know who you are. Batteries are dead. On my wireless batteries, can't raid. Batteries are dead. Batteries are dead. All right. How about we cause a divorce? Sounds good. Sounds good. How I almost caused a divorce and ended up losing most of my online friends at the same time. Cheery story, right? We're gonna get happy. We're gonna get happy. Cheery story coming in. We're gonna be all right. Solid wood, baby. Solid wood. Okay, who's the warrior? We've got a warrior. I got other people with wireless mouse. No. No. It's fine. Right, we need an enhancement shaman, a warrior, a lady rogue. Oh crap, a lady rogue. A lady rogue. That's not going to end well at all. That's not going to end well. Right, who's brown? Who's brown? Matthias! Kind of orangey brown, that'll do. Matthias, you're warrior. What? Who's an enhancement shaman? Who's blue? Paku? Paku, you're in. I'm going for Paku, although it's a 4, but I assume you're going for an A. And who's a lady rogue? Who's yellow? There isn't really a yellow, is there? It's always one. So we'll go with Marion. Rats Marion. Marion. I'm just going to call you Marion because it's a lady rogue, yeah? But it's you, Rats Marion. It's you. It's you. It's you. Okay. How I almost caused a divorce. Okay, here we go. I came to WoW from EverQuest Online Adventures. That's for the PS2. Okay. Are we up to date on where that's our experience? I came from EverQuest Online Adventures for the PlayStation 2 and Final Fantasy 11 for the Xbox. That was my background in gaming. And I played a paladin the whole time. The Burning Crusade had been around for about 14 months when I finally got a personal computer. PS2 to personal computer, that's an upgrade, isn't it? That's a good time. And I was excited to see what all the rage was about World of Warcraft. I wanted a change, so I made a Nelf rogue. However, I couldn't figure out how to use backstab while solo leveling, so I deleted my rogue. Just drink that in for a moment. Delete. Yeah. Delete. Delete. Delete that rogue. And I made a Blood Elf Paladin. Went Blelf. Went Master Race. Went Master Race. Leveling was brutal, but I eventually got there and found a guild full of fun people. We're in a fun guild, right? Very fun. Very fun. We were all so close, I don't even remember their character names, just their real names. They introduced me to things like Ventrilo and PvP. I was so hooked. So hooked. They helped me gear up as a Holy Paladin so I could be their healer. Such help. I still remember my first ever epic, the Pauldrons of Wild Magic from Quagmiran. They were chain, but my guildie said it was fine and wouldn't hurt me that much. We moved on to Karazhan and eventually started focusing entirely on player versus player. We geared up and did mostly battlegrounds. Marion started talking to me a lot. I never really thought about girls in MMOs till now, most likely due to the lack of voice over IP on the PS2 and Xbox. But Marion and I had spent a lot of time up late just talking. I also learned that Matthias had quite a crush on Marion, but it wasn't mutual. But he started getting quite jelly of our late night conversations. We started getting very flirty and spent any time we weren't PvPing hanging out together. One night, she asked if I had Skype and told me she wanted to show me something. I downloaded Skype and got on. She had a webcam and is sitting there topless and in her panties. Somehow, though, Matthias found out about our call and demands that she add him to the call. Add me to the call! Add me! Add me to the call! Please, please add me. Please add me to the call. Please. Please add me to the call. Please. That's what he demanded. Add me to the call. She gives in eventually and things were very awkward. At one point, he even demands that we compare penises in front of her. I decline, even though later on I did send her a dick pic. It's only gentlemanly, right? In this modern era. This modern age of Skype calls, it's gentlemanly. Hey! I got a bigger dick. I'll show you. I'll show you. He just whips it out. Love it. Starting the next day, though. Starting the next day, Matthias had become very critical of everything I did in Raid. He then asked me what add-ons I used. I said Healbot, Bagnon, Recount, Deadly Boss Mods, Omen, and a few others. The next day, Matthias made a guild rule that forbid the use of Healbot, Bagnon, Recount, Deadly Boss Mods, Omen, and a few others. Oh, wait. Oh, what add-ons are you using? All right. New rule. No. Not allowed. And any other healing add-on, and threatened to replace me if I could not learn to heal without add-ons. Obviously, I never uninstalled my add-ons. He couldn't see my screen. It was more efficient, and I was always topping meters in Battlegrounds anyway. Our threes team had a rating of 1600. It wasn't great, but I was happy. Right, they're not allowed. Okay. Are you using those add-ons? No. Honest? Definitely not using those add-ons. Ha! Whisper you during a boss fight. Deadly Boss Mods. Always gets you, doesn't it? Deadly Boss Mods fucks your shit up. All the time. Deadly Boss Mods. Catch you out. Catch you out, that Deadly Boss Mods. Marion and I continue to talk and get close. I tell her a story about how my first character was actually a rogue, and she offers to let me play hers, and she will teach me rogue via Ventrilo. I have a blast, and we decide to make alts together to level. She even bought me a Tabard of the Void off eBay to match her rogues. Ugh, it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. One night, she asks if she can call me. I say, sure. She calls me and tells me that she's naked and asks what I'm wearing. And things ended up happening. Nothing happened. You just jerked off. Honestly, this Skype call business is bullshit, right? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. You just jerk off. You can do that anyway. It's simple as that. Nothing happens in a Skype call. Just saying. I'm just saying. Unless something crazy goes on, nothing happens. You all do this, Skype calls. It's all a big thing. I know it is. I get many a story about your dirty Skype calls. And pictures, which is gross, by the way. I don't want any. Stop sending them in. They're not proof. They're just naked people. And gross. You should know that. Okay, anyway, that got weird. All right, Marion and I continue to talk and get close. Oh, the next day, I log into the game, and I'm guildless. Shit. Worth it for a wank? That fap, just worth it? Huh? The next day I log into the game and I'm guildless. I have a mail from Marion and Paku, who was honestly one of the coolest and fun people I've ever played with. He even introduced me to the classic Old Greg video on YouTube. My friends list is empty and none of them are online, so I checked the mail. Paku's email is very apologetic, and he says he will always miss me, and that even though he likes me, Matthias is his real life friend, and he had to side with him. Marion also apologised to me, but she also admits that she is married with 2 kids and that she is starting to fall in love with me and couldn't keep talking to me. Sorry, but this is the truth you need to know. I'm married, got kids, so... Sorry, bye. Sorry, it's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's me, sorry. They were all going to transfer her off to another server and changing names so I couldn't follow them. I was broken. Literally, I was so sad. We had gone through so much together and they all just deserted me. I didn't even know I was doing anything wrong. I didn't play for a couple of weeks, but eventually, I did. And started raiding instead of PvP. Cleared the Burning Crusade content and went on to clear all heroic raids in Wrath of the Lich King. I didn't focus at all on PvP again until MOP, and I still miss the times we had together in BC, even if they did ditch me like a bunch of cunts. Was it worth the fap, guys? Is the question you need to ask yourself. Was it worth? That's a fap. The dick pic didn't work. Oh, you think it was the dick pic? No, you got game after that. No, it's not that. It's not that at all. Right, which one? Ooh. Right, you guys can be the judge of this. It was titled The Best Drama Story of All Time. 100% worth? You guys are such trolls. Such trolls. Nothing's worth losing your raid spot. Just saying. Nothing. Not even a busted up arm, as we've proven today. Okay, this was entitled The Best Drama Story of All Time. Are you ready? Here we go. Are you ready? Hello, Preacher, and a brofist to you, my good sir. From down here in sensual and hot Australia. Team Australia, is it sensual and hot right now? Is it? Is it just delicious all around you? My story begins in Qatar, when I first decided to try my hand at raiding. After playing WoW since mid the Burning Crusade, and only ever having PvP'd, I thought it would be a nice change of pace. I ran the Hour of Twilight Heroics and got fully ready to raid on my main. My one true love, my paladin. I ran the Hour of Twilight Heroics and was fully ready to raid. It's going to be good. I then ran the Dragon Soul LFR. Okay, best experience ever. It's a good place. I quickly grabbed more gear. Then one day, a guild on my server posted in trade, looking for one tank. Dragon Soul guild run. Please send tell. Well, I said to myself, you're ready for this. You've put in the hard yards and geared up in the Hour of Twilight and Dragon Soul LFR. You've stood in the face of evil, taken on Deathwing, and didn't even get the stood in the fire achieved for dying. Your nerves are tempered. You've watched Preach Gaming's guides, and you have a beautiful transmog, and your wings macro is ready. Is he ready? Hour of Twilight, Dragon Soul LFR. It's time. Let's move it up. I sent the tell, got the inv. They linked vent details, and I said, what's Ventrilo? The opening gambit. I'm ready. I've done everything. My gear is good and fully repaired. Got my macro. Watched the guides. What's Ventrilo? Out of interest. What's Ventrilo? After explaining it to me and watching Raid Chat flood with lols and ruffles, I went and downloaded it. We did kill every boss and I got tons of gear. I was having a blast raiding with these guys, other than one guy. This one particular guy. Only takes one. A fellow Guardian of the Light and all-round window licker. Named Ladoons. Sorry, Ladoons, it's you. Named Ladoons. He was always gloating about his DPS, and if he wasn't on top of the meters, he was probably lagging. Or his class wasn't balanced on that fight. We clashed a bit side by side, which started causing some tension. But aside from that, I was enjoying getting all the gear and downing the bosses. Let it be said, I was generally having a great time. Weeks passed. We started doing heroics before one day the GM and raid leader, a filthy Worgen rogue, decided he was done with the game and decided to sell his account. And I'm done. Stop the account. We stopped raiding. Tensions grew over who was going to become the raid leader and GM. Ladoons assumed it would go to him. Nobody knew why. And other people, including myself, thought that that would be crazy. And the DK tank who did raid lead should get the GM. Ladoons didn't like that. And was an officer with guild bank access. He decided to steal everything and cleaned us out. Although none of us had the power to actually kick him from the guild. So he stayed in the guild just to gloat about his actions and rub it in our faces. Ninjas the guild bank, Ladoons, yeah? Robs the guild bank, doesn't leave the guild, just chills out. You robbed the guild bank. I know. I did. What are you going to do about it? Huh? What are you going to do? Doesn't leave the guild. Just chills the fuck out. It's like, yeah, I don't give a shit. Fuck all you. Fuck all you. I don't give a fuck. Eat me. Eat me. I love it. Such fucking balls, man. The moxie on this guy. I'm not even leaving. I'm just fucking staying here. After several rather heated discussions that took place in trade and guild chat before I totally lost my mind and raged at him, telling him he should just fuck off and leave the guild so that we can continue to enjoy ourselves in this game without him. To which he replied, "Go fuck yourself, scrub. I'll do what I want because I'm the king of this server, bitch." Oh my god, the level of skill, the balls. You should leave the guild. You're ruining the game for us. Why don't you go fuck yourself, scrub? And you're a bitch. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just going to sit here and not give a shit, frankly. And I've got this big shit-eating grin all over my face. I don't give a fuck. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I am the king of the server, bitch. He actually said that. I told him he should go fuck his mother and uninstall the game. Ladoons. Just why? Just why, Ladoons? And fair play. Fair play for taking it to that next level. Not G-quitting in the middle of the night like a bitch. Just doing it and just chilling out. Just like, yeah, kick me. You can't. Ha. Mob launched and the guild shockingly disbanded. I pugged my way through most of Mists of Pandaria until the Siege of Orgrimmar was launched and I decided to join a raid guild again to get some proper progress. King of the server. You know it. I started watching trade, looking for guilds who might be in need of a tank, and then I found one. A 14 out of 14 normal mode guild doing heroic progression. I spoke with the officer in charge of recruiting and was given a trial that very night. I was excited to join a raid team again and hopefully form that broship I once had. The group formed up and summons went out. We buffed and got ready to pull Immersius when I saw the familiar name. It was Ladoons. He was in this guild, and to make it worse, he was also a trial raider. Oh, Ladoons. Oh, Ladoons. King of the server. He's in all the raids. He's in all the raids, bitch. Get the fuck away. Ladoons is back. I almost left the guild then and there, but instead decided to tough it out and hope he doesn't make the cut. He sent me a tell during the boss saying he's surprised I'm still playing considering I'm so fucking bad. Ladoons doesn't give a shit. I know you. I do. Slash whisper you. I'm surprised you're still playing this game because you're fucking terrible. Enter Ladoons, king of the server, bitch. Right? King of the fucking server. No, I'm just going to keep it going. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. Then I decided to make it my mission to ensure he failed his trial. I bopped him every fight possible as soon as he popped cooldowns. He was known to pull 1 second before the counter ended. What a cunt. Everybody who does that, Dreed, is a cunt. Do you understand that? When it gets to 1, you can start doing stuff. If you cast at 2, you're a cunt. Just saying. Just saying. If you are incapable as a human being, from being able to understand a countdown from 10 to 1, it's time you get out. It's time you went outside, all right, and had a word with yourself. Go and stand in the corner and have a word with yourself. I'm just saying. You can't get from 10 to 1 without losing your fucking mind and pressing buttons. Just calm the fuck down. Just go outside and have a word with yourself. All right? I'm just saying. 2 is for pots. That's what 2 is. 2 is for pots. 2's pot time. 2 is pot time. It's good time. All right. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that happened in my raid at any point. I'm just saying. He was known for pulling 1 second before the countdown. And always pulling the boss first. So, sometimes I would pop him when he popped cooldowns, or I would remove my righteous fury so he would die, and then I would accuse him of taunting. I love it. So trolled. Why are you taunting the boss? Ladoons. Why are you taunting the boss, dude? You must have taunted because you pulled fast, right? Why are you taunting the boss? After clearing 9 out of 14, we called it a night, and I was told to come back tomorrow. Ladoons was not so lucky. I was rather chuffed with myself. Rather pleased with myself. He sent me a bunch of abusive tells in-game and even in-game mail. He decided to make his own guild. I'm going to make my own guild. King of the server. Bitch, make my own guild. And started advertising in trade looking for members. This is where I decided to troll him again. Let it be said, I applied for his raid team with all of my level-capped alts. I scored in Ladoons' guild 6 trial positions, 2 tanks, 2 heals, and 2 DPS. I could do that. If someone was starting a 10-man, oh no, they're all called Preach, which would be a bummer, right? If all my characters had different names, I could apply on all my alts and just be the whole raid. And that would be my plan. That would be my plan. I would just fill all your raid, right, with my alts. That's what we'd do. That's how I'd roll it, and I would troll you so fucking hard. His first raid night didn't go well, as you can imagine, when no one turned up. But that's what you get for being a complete twat with a god complex. I made alts with his name with alt codes in the name and posted stupid shit in trade, copying his recruitment macro with a few colourful changes here and there, including a 10k sign-up fee. At which point have we gone too far? At which point have we taken science too far to where we're doing that? Where we're telling people that under the same name that there's a 10,000 gold sign-up fee to join the guild. And by the way, that's awesome. It is trolly as fuck, and I don't recommend it, but still. There's a level of skill there that I just don't have. I wouldn't even think of doing that. I wouldn't go to that level. I wouldn't take it to that level, but I appreciate it. I appreciate the effort that went into that. I made a few colourful changes here and there, including a 10k sign-up fee and weekly fees to be paid to the guild to reserve your raid spot that week. He noticed and sent me more abuse, to which I applied in true PG fanboy mode. Why you have to be mad? And bro, it's okay, for I have done the sum well. Don't bring me into this. That's all I'm saying. You keep it over there. Don't bring me into. It's nothing to do with me at all. It's nothing to do with me. Okay. The drama time is his own thing. It's not me. Okay. Don't bring me into this. I don't want to be in it. I don't want to be in it. I don't want to be in it. The new guild was great. I got along with everybody really well. And we ended up eventually doing 14 out of 14 heroic and decided we were going to sell the mounts once 20-man mythic came in. The GM posted in trade and found a buyer, and it was, of course, eventually Ladoons. Ladoons is spending all that cash that he ninjaed from the guild bank. Ladoons is still rolling in the gold. No matter what you've done to him, he's still rolling in the gold. The new guild was great. I got along with everyone really well. Raid night came, and we cleared to Gary, and we brought in Ladoons. He saw I was tanking and said hello to me. I ignored it. I explained to my guildies how much I hated this guy, and we hatched a plan. Kill the boss, then start auctioning the raid mount to get to the highest bidder. Everyone in the raid already had it. We were just going to make fake bids to drive his price up. He was pissed, but we told him that he misunderstood the sell, and that the price he had paid, 100,000 gold, was for the carry and whatever gear he could use. The mount was separate. We squeezed an extra 70,000 gold for him and walked away laughing. We still raid now, 7 out of 7 hard and 3 out of 7 mythic, and often troll him when we see him with the occasional slap. And to this day, he still occasionally links his recount from 5-mans in trade and gloats about how good he is and how much he doesn't deserve some of the abuse he gets. Dude, I'm for real. I'm for real. And you might think people don't do that. But if you were watching my stream during the Level-a-thon, you'll remember the guy who linked all his terrible gear to prove how awesome he was. To me. That was a hell of a Skyreach run for those of you who were there. I hope you enjoyed my tale and had a laugh alongside me. I know I laugh every time I think of the stupid things I've said to him and posted in trade under tunes with his name and an alt code, such as they call me Ladoons360. Because when they see me coming in PvP, they do a 3... Oh! This is one of the things he said. This is one of the things he used to post in trade under the alt name. Let me read it so it comes out correctly, okay? Let me just say this. I laugh every time I think of the stupid things I have said to him and posted in trade chat under tunes with his name and an alt code, such as they call me Ladoons360 because when they see me coming in PvP, they do a 360 and run the other way. Now, can anyone tell me why that is class on so many levels? Because it goes into... There's so much idiocy in that statement that it's genius. Absolutely genius. Thank you so much, sir. We're flying through these. I hope we don't finish slightly early, but I think we're going to, honestly, because that was like story number 3. I only have the one left. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Okay, Footloose got the one fail in it. Because when they see me coming, I do a 360. And then I run straight back into it and I die. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, the last story is entitled The Time I Transferred Servers, Broke Up a Guild, Made My Own Guild, and Then Left. In summary. Time to Go Hardcore, Chapter 1. Time to go hardcore. I like it when it starts like that. Let's see how hardcore you got. Alright. This story starts out in the US servers of Ajol Narub. I was a prop/rep pally in the Burning Crusade, thinking I was a badass tanking Karazhan. Enter Wrath of the Lich King. I was in a guild that I was invited to while leveling, which had 2 guys in it. Okay. I don't know if these names come up again. I can't remember. I read so many stories today. Some really sad ones as well. Some really sad ones. Let's pick... we'll have Smokey, Up in Smoke. I'm just going to put Smokey in. And Bad Moons. I don't know if these names come up again. Which had 2 guys in it named Smokey and Bad Moons. We had become good friends over the past year and decided, come Wrath of the Lich King, we would raid together. We would join a guild and start our adventure. We clear Nax and have our eyes set on Ulduar. We have our full 25-man team ready to destroy the gates and collect its sweet, sweet booty. 2 people that I have become quite close within the guild start to become mistreated by the leadership. And one night after raid, a melee of words ensues between the leadership, myself, and my friends, Smokey and Bad Moons. We are throwing insults left and right in the GM of the guild. A lady named Muru, I see you there, Muru. A lady named Muru kicks my friends from the guild. Smokey decides that he likes the guild and decides that he wants to stay with them. I leave with my friends and to this day have not spoken to anyone in that guild since. A few weeks go by and I really start to miss raiding. But I feel like the server is dying, so it's time to move. We're moving to Boulder Fist. I transfer. And within a few days I find a guild that seems perfect for my schedule. Because at the time I was just starting high school. I'm enjoying the guild and people in it. A few months go by and the anticipated ICC is looming ever so closer. We jump right into what seemed like no time. And we had most of it on farm except for one particular fight. The Heroic Lich King. That fight was such a step up, right? Such a step up. We had been struggling on this fight for what seemed like ages. We had some people leave and plenty of recruits to choose from to replace them. One night we were just starting to form the raid and the leader types into guild chat. We are no longer doing the Heroic Lich King. What's the worst thing that can follow that? If you're a raider. It's happened sometimes. Only once to me and I was like, I'm out. I'm out completely. We're no longer going to try the Heroic Lich King. Instead, we're going to do something else. What's the worst thing that can come after that sentence if you want to do progress? We are no longer going to be doing the Heroic Lich King. We are going to do the Meta Achieves for mounts. No one guessed it. No one guessed it. The Meta Achieve for the mounts. Everyone who was a core member and friends had already done their mounts and didn't want to do them again. Our armor pen stacking Fury Warrior replies in guild chat, if we are doing achieves, I will leave this fucking guild right now. And that is the correct fucking response, really. We're going to start doing the achieves. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're fucking out of here. We are out. I'm done. We all get to ICC and find out that the instance is indeed set to normal mode. The next thing I know is the G-Quit started. The Warrior! G-Quits first. Everyone is in shock that our best DPS had just quit the guild. I get a whisper a short time later from him asking if I would like to join his new guild. I'm making my own guild with hookers and blackjack. I had liked this guy. The little that he had actually talked to him and my two good friends that I had met in this guild had already moved on to his guild. So I accepted. After losing 10 of their best raiders, our old guild had cancelled their raid. The GM and raid leader actually transferred that same night to a new server after all this happened to form another team. Aww. Sad. We had our raid team. We all got along and being very good players wanted to kill the Lich King. I log on the next morning to find out that the guild had disbanded. One day, boom, done. Oh, today's the day. We've got fucking 10 of the best raiders from the old guild, man. We're going in. Everybody just wants to kill the Lich King. This is going to be the shit. And the guild's disbanded. Motherfucker. I whisper one of my friends asking what the shit is going on. Come to find out that the big DPS warrior was actually borrowing his account from our previous GM, who had left the server and changed the password on that account. Left the guild using an account borrowed from that GM. Alright? Killed the guild using an account borrowed from that GM. Alright? Brain power. Fury Warriors. Yeah? We got it? Fury Warriors. Fury Warriors. Fury Warriors. Who had changed the password on the account, logged on to the Warrior that morning, and disbanded the guild. Chapter 3, though. Where do we go through here? After the guild was destroyed and the Warrior now not even having an account, I took my two friends on what they wanted to do next. My DK friend Smokey wanted to raid, but decided he just didn't have the time anymore. My rogue friend Bad Moons, though, stuck around for a little while, but ended up quitting the game for real life stuff. So there I was, on a server I transferred to. All my friends gone, and no guild. I decided to test my luck one more time, and roll the transfer dice, and it led to Area 52, Horde side. At this point, Kata had released, and I wanted something new, so I decided I would become a Fury Warrior. While getting all my new expansion gear from dungeons, I see a post in trade chat. Look at a guild looking for DPS. I whisper them to find out more info. After chatting a bit, I decided to join and give it a shot. A few days later, there I was, raiding again. At this point in my life, I was going through some stuff. Bad breakup with a girl that was my first. And at 15, I didn't know how to cope with it. So fast forward a month or so, I still had not spoken a single word in Vent and had replied very little in raid chat. I had obviously heard the conversations between the group of friends in the raid. Two were brothers, and the other was their cousin. The normal was to sort of poke fun of our healing paladin because he had obvious stupid mistakes. So the first raid night, I decided to speak. I chip in on the hate bashing. Your first comment, okay. If you're not going to speak in Vent, your opening gambit when you decide to do it shouldn't be just to like randomly appear in Vent, right? As this voice that nobody knows and just start laying into somebody. I'm just saying, if you're going to start speaking, hi is a better way of doing it. Don't be the mystery voice that comes out of nowhere and just starts berating somebody, okay? So I chip in on the hate bashing. They laugh at my remark and tried to reach out to get me to speak more. I ended up becoming friends and actually talking a little more. It worked quite well, but still, I'm just saying, don't be that mystery voice. It was then time to get serious. My new friends have brought me out of my shell. I've started talking more and more, even so much as to reach out to another member of our raid team, our mage, named Supernova. He doesn't like to talk over events, so we whisper back and forth for a few days. Our next raid rolls around and I have found out a lot about him. He's actually e-dating the leader of Team 2, another mage by the name of Dantius. who is the co-GM of our guild. Dating the leader of Team 2. What is that going to get you? What is that guy going to get you? Our raid leader for Group 1 is also a lady, but by all accounts, not really a raid leader. The only time she really said anything is after a wipe. Lay there dead after we all got back and would reply with, "Res please," over vent. So one night during Nefarian Progress, I got a centel. From the mage, saying he was leaving the guild tonight. He tells me that him and Dantius have broken up and cannot stand to be in the same guild together. So awkward. So awkward. It just pains me to see you in the roster. I don't know. I don't know what it's like. So I'm not going to comment. Maybe it is too much. Maybe it is too much to see them logging on and off and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's too heartbreaking to see that happen. Just when they go offline, is it like you're breaking up all over again? I don't know. I'm joking. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible person. I apologize. So me and my friends all decide we don't need the guild. And we'll make our own guild. We'll make our own guild again. We get hate mail for days from both GMs saying that we shouldn't have left. We are making a huge mistake and that we will regret leaving. Okay? We'll regret leaving. We set up our own vent and get ready to raid the next week. I received a tell from our old GM who I used to talk to backwards and forth during our raids. It was simply a message saying, "Check your email." So I tab out to my email and find a message from her. I open it up to find a nude picture that I had never requested and send her a message in game saying no. She sent nudes. You sent no. Okay? Let me just put it no. No. Just it's not happening. No. I'm not I said I'm not sure you're aware, but you're missing your clothes. This apparently was her attempt to win me back to the guild. I'll throw him a bone. Is that what she said? I'll throw you a bone. I refused and actually sent it to everybody else in the raid group after this. So as of now, I'm in a guild with 10 of my friends. No girl in the group and only us 10 in our alts. We're loving Highmall and loving the drama-free life. Not all girls are like that. Long live the battle swag. Long live the battle swag. No. No. It's the worst reply you can give. No. Not doing it. No. And that, my wonderful friends, is 15 minutes early. I know that, but we whizzed through. That's 4 stories. We did well. Those bring us to the end of Drama Friday for this week, and it was awesome. Every single one of those stories was absolutely fucking awesome. Tomorrow is the Drinking Game web show. We do it once a year. It's for my birthday, it's for Christmas, and all that kind of shit. It's all good. It's all good. You should drop in. If you're a youngster, then don't do it, is all I'm saying. But for those of you who are not youngsters, and it's an appropriate time for you in the country, join us in a tipple. Join us in a tipple. We'll be having the beers. Well, me and the Ghosty will be having the beers, and we're going to be having some good fun. It's the Drinking Web show, and it's one of those things. But of course, hey, on your own head be it. We'll be drinking, you'll be drinking, if you're old enough. It's not on my fault. I'm just saying, it's not my fault. If you're not coming tomorrow, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. There's a video going up tonight of what Blizzard has said about WoW 2015. And the Assassination Guide is out on Saturday. And then we've got a web show on Sunday coming out. So if you miss it, it's going to be on the YouTubes. Providing it's allowed. I don't know. The last Drinking Web show, I don't think we put up. Well, we had to edit it. We had to do some stuff. But we're having all sorts of competitions, prizes, that kind of usual shit. Other than that, see you again, guys. Thank you so much for turning up. Sorry it was 15 minutes short, but we did have all the stories in there. Bye, people. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for coming. For all of you, sent me happy birthday wishes as well. Thank you so much. I had a great birthday. Looking forward to it. Big announcement tomorrow. Big announcement. Something good. Something good is coming. All right, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.